I know. I said I was going to do an exotic this time. 6.2 liter supercharger, 707 horsepower. It's kind of hard to say no. Anyways, let's get into the video. So today we picked up our new build. It's a 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. But before we get into even all the performance stuff and everything we want to do to upgrade the car, we need to get around to fixing it.
Really the one that you should fuck with. To get your waist paid, maybe kick the bucket. I'm not really the one that you should fuck with.
So first things first, I do want to get this thing all cleaned up so we can start kind of looking at what, if anything else needs to be fixed or whatnot. But before we even get into that, we got to go ahead and fix this door panel so we can drive it. So I'm going to go ahead and start tearing this thing apart and see what we can get fixed.
Alright guys, so going into this project, it was really weird because in the pictures from the auction, it had shown that the door handle and passenger side mirror were there, but when I received the vehicle, neither of those were there. So I kind of had to go on a little wild hunt, goose chase to see if the car had them in there, and sure enough, they're there.
I found out that if I was looking in here, this wire was getting stuck. Our wire that connects to the back of the door handle. And if you look carefully, it's just a little pin that slides in and out of the hook.
Okay guys, so weirdly enough, while I was rebuilding the door, I saw that all the bolts were in the back seat. It seemed like someone had tried to take apart the door and tried to get something or look at something. My thoughts is it's probably just an appraiser doing his job. I started taking the door apart to kind of get the door panel back on there, so you see me get the door panel card out and kind of fiddle around with what I thought was the underlight. I ended up being somewhere else and I found it, so I ended up doing that later. Now at this point, I'm getting very kind of frustrated and confused because I can't figure out why the module is missing two wires. It ended up being the rear view passenger side mirror, which I found later. I actually start putting the wires back in the door card and then kind of settling everything in, looking at all the mounting brackets and plastic brackets, making sure they all fit in, hooking in the door handle, and making it all sit right.
I'm gonna clip it in. Okay, that's clipped in. And then it should be. Alright, I feel it tightening. There we go. Sweet. Well, there we go, guys. Ooh, some Nikes. We got. You know what? I respect this guy. He had a bottle of some stuff and took care of it. Hey, look what we got here. So looking for this. This is our window trim. They actually stuffed the skirts in here. We're definitely gonna try to save these because these are about 330 bucks a pop. That's the second car cover I've gotten from this car. Got me a fresh pair of Crocs. Not a bad deal. Who cares? Hey, I needed one of these and brand new extension cord. Honestly, this car just keeps on giving. I kind of like it. Got all of it pretty clear. No, we just installed this door panel, but it's gonna come off again so we can get that passenger side mirror on.
Okay guys, so I found out I had to put down the actual window itself in order to tighten the bolts on the passenger side mirror. That took me about 30 minutes to solve, but ended up being easy. Then I put the window up just so I could start putting the panel and all the wires back on. After finishing up the door and the passenger side mirror, I wanted to go take the car for a clean. So first thing was first was remove the insurance tag from the auction, the white paper on the front windshield. And then second, I wanted to clean up the garage and the mess that I left. So I picked up the extension cord, rolled up the car covers, and put away all the stuff I had gotten from the vehicle. Before we go out for a wash, I realized the back trunk didn't have the passenger side seat belts put in or any of the plastics, and the seats were kind of loose. But even beforehand, I know earlier you guys had seen me try to install what you guys thought was a floodlight on the passenger side door. It wasn't, and ended up being the license plate light, but I ended up finding the floodlight, so I changed it right there. And then afterwards, I wanted to get all those door panels inside fixed up. Luckily, I was able to find all the bolt and hardware for the seats in the back, right below the seats where all the other bolts were before.
So I got everything, put the seat backs in. Door panel's back up and running. Passenger mirror light is running. The only thing we gotta do is get these seat belts back in here. Looks like they were trying to mess with the seat belts. I've got them. The only thing is they seem to be not stuck, but stuck. I'm not 100% positive. I'm gonna see online because I know that some seat belts you have to have them in the right place.
Alright guys, so this is just the pictures I took from where that guy told me to go. Looks great. And right here, this following clip is why I do what I do. This is one of the car guys, and he loved it.
Give a rev.
Look at that guy's smile on his face. That's awesome. Anyways guys, thanks again for watching the video. Hopefully we should have the parts in next week and we can get this all done. Thanks for watching.